everyone, I wanted to show you a few of our family's favorite read aloud books. So this first one is called Muddle and Match Adventure. And one of the things that I love about this book is the alliteration that it has on every page. So this page is just full of the P sound for letter P. Pete, the plucky pirate, pleads with Percy, his peculiar parrot, to paddle the Pacific, to prepare to paddle the Pacific. And then you can mix up the stories, you can mix up the pictures. So it's funny stories, fun for the kids to be able to turn the flaps and mix everything up. And I love it because it's a great way to learn the sounds and letters of the alphabet with my son. We also love this book called The Usborne Illustrated Alphabet. And I love this for a similar reason. It's got that alliteration on every page. So again, you're learning sounds and you're learning letters and you're doing it while you're reading a really fun story. So this book says, it was a bad day for the animals at Alphabet Zoo, and it began when the alpacas ate all the apples. And then it talks about the baboons. They wanted a big box of bananas, but had to make do with buns from the bin by the bench. So each page talks about a letter and an animal that starts with that letter, and a reason that they are having a bad day at the zoo. This is a really cute, fun book, and again, a great way to learn those letters and sounds in a fun way. This is another read aloud that I really love. It's called Jonathan James and the What If Monster, and the reason I love this is because of the lesson that it teaches. So this first page says, some what if monsters like to hang out and fill up our heads with worry and doubt. They are sneaky and quiet and quick as a blink, and the words that they whisper can change how we think. It talks about this boy, Jonathan James, and that he got these what ifs stuck in his head. So he goes to climb a tree, and the what if monster's down there at the bottom saying, what if you tumble? What if there's wind? What if you slip and your knee gets all skinned? So all throughout the beginning of this story, the what if monster is filling his head with doubts and worries about things that he might otherwise try to do. A little ways into the story, Jonathan James turns to the what if monster and he says, now wait just a minute. I have something to say. After hearing what ifs all through the day, I hear your worries, I hear your claims. But what if you're wrong? Asked Jonathan James. And then he turns everything around. He turns all those negatives into positives, and what if good things happen instead? So what if I climb to the top of that tree and I never slip or skin up a knee? And then, like I said, he turns everything around to all the good things that might happen. So a really cute story about just having a positive attitude, looking on the good side of things, and not being afraid to try new things. This is another story with a good lesson. It's called A Tale of Two Beasts. And it's about this little girl who goes into the forest and she finds this beast hanging upside down. And he's making some noises and she thinks that he is in trouble. So she picks him up, she wraps him in her scarf, and she takes him home to her house and makes him a little bed, does some other things like that, and then he ends up escaping out the window. But then he comes back and they run off to the woods together. So then the beast tells his side of the story. He says that he was just swinging happily from a tree when all of a sudden a little girl ambushed him, tied him up, carried him off to her house. And so he talks about all of the things the girl thought she was doing to try to help were actually things that were making him feel sad. But at the end of the story, both the little beast and the little girl realize that they actually miss each other and the other one's not so bad after all. And they become friends. This is called I'm a Hungry Dinosaur. What's fun about this is that these pages actually wipe clean. They have these nice rounded corners, so that's fun. And this is just a cute rhyming story about this dinosaur that's hungry, and so he makes a cake, and he makes a big mess, and just cute and fun. These are our 5-minute bedtime stories, and I love this because the illustrations in this book are just adorable. The stories are really cute and fun. The illustrations are just beautiful. And like I said, 5-minute stories. So that's great too when you don't have a lot of time. And then this one is called Cuddle Bear. And this is a really cute story. And it's about these little animals that feel lost or sad or lonely or get hurt. And Cuddle Bear comes to help them. So if you feel a little sad or lonely, lost, and blue, don't worry, call for Cuddle Bear. He's always there for you. This panda needs a cuddle now. She's tripped and had a fright. So Cuddle Bear comes scooting up. A hug will put things right. And rhyming books and rhyming words is a really good way too to teach kids to recognize patterns in words and to teach them to read and to teach them those word families. This is another rhyming book that's our favorite. It's called Busy Trucks on the Go. And it's about this little boy and his dad who are driving around in their car, and they're seeing all the different trucks around the city. So there's all kinds of construction trucks. They drive past a big fire truck, see it putting out a fire. There's an ambulance, a garbage truck, and my son loves vehicles and trucks, so this is a really fun one. And like I said, it rhymes, so that's even better for their reading and their development. Okay, this is one of our favorite read aloud books called On the Construction Site. This is a shine a light book. So the idea behind this is you use a flashlight to read this story. You shine a light behind the page and more things will appear in the picture. You don't have to read this book in the dark for it to work, but while I'm recording I can show you better in the dark. So what you do is you shine the flashlight behind the page and then more things appear in the picture. So you can see the plans of the buildings that the workers are making. Or this one says, what is this truck taking away? So you shine the flashlight behind the page and then you can see the rubble inside the truck. So that's just a really fun thing that Usborne does with their books. They have 9 of these. They have a space station one, airplanes, on the train, rainforest, seashore, winter. They have quite a few. It's just a fun way to engage with the story and also to learn a lot about what you're reading. So we love this one.